welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, as I announced, a bit of side content. My paper where I wrote what I wanted to do all. Okay, we begin here with this girl. You're either a brave woman or a fool friend to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight, what with a slasher of fisherman's bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he's brandishes blades so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. But you standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might to look into that scream I heard just outside. Over there. Disgruntled madame and a flustered man. What are you waiting for? Let's him, the slasher, apprehend him, toss him in a gale, and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something. Oh, woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last skill of my husband's hard-earned wage, forgoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned Aestetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Luminsum oohing and ahhing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. No matter what I say, all I receive are accusations and looks of horror. I swear this is not what it seems. Do you doubt me too, friend? Let's doubt him. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame, is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms as a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I'm branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, whipped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state, no. Even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breath, I ask I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forgemaster Nansa of Naldik and Vimelis, Guildmaster Beaton of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian of the Alchemists Guild in Ul'dah. If there's an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalan sent you. When my soul is restored, my name rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing your praise, for I, Jandalan, am none other than the Okay, then, since we're already in Limsa, let's go to Forgemaster Nansa. Jandalan sent you. Let me guess, the balmy fool lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul. Again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he's toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I have not a whit of sympathy for a fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whining. Anyway, this should put him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. That sounded painful. Anyway, to the other guilds. A message from Jandalan, you say. So he lost another one? How does that man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on actually, it does, at least in a manner of speaking. But the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Jennerlane's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, and let us both hope that he will right his ways. Okay, here in the Alchemist Guild, there is Guildmaster Zavarian. You come on behalf of Jenderlane. Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be practically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times lest the realm be deprived of our talent. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Jenderlane with all speed. Okay, back to Jenderlane finally. Okay, Jennerlane. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eye. Power first curses through my fingers. I live! And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon! And so I ask, how do you feel, madame? Why, it's as if in but a single magnificent moment I traveled beyond the void and returned to life as an embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You're the one whose coming was foretold. Yes, you, other Aestetician. In the flesh, madame, I'm Jenderlane, crafter of coiffures so divine that Menfina herself does begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madame, for there a moment ago stood a fashion-challenged frump, now there stands a beauty reborn. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gift on the realm bereft of beauty. A kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle has become passé? Fear the spectre of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. What? As the madame before you, as this very realm we call home, from an abyss of unfathomable drabness, you shall rise anew. My clients have been known to make reservation moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste when all others turn a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Jennerlane shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in the flesh, the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end, and you shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you this as a token of my trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary women shall never know. Master General Lane, do come back. I have not made my next appointment. So yeah, we get a ticket to do it for free, and we now unlocked the Aestetician, the stylist. And yes, he is a weirdo. Okay, on to the next stuff. Okay, next is she. What do you have to offer? We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's not why I've fault our patrons for much of what goes on the tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their persons when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal here. As oft used as it seems to be, I have no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with our regulars. One of our regulars, Quentanen. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache? I'll offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Baron docked my wages. Quentanen, you know about that Rogadin. Have I seen who? Look, just cause I spent more nights at the wench than my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sort who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book. Why didn't you say sooner? That tight-assed bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving us truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport, where else? A scurvy sob. Now may I willing he still stranded at the ferry docks. Well, the gods know it won't help get me Gil back. More. If you have business with me, but be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. Your book? My journal. Why, I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flag. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? Shame that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself. Which I believe I just did. You have the air of an adventurer about you, and one accomplished as accomplished as myself. Had it been you across the table from me at the wench last night, I imagine the tales would have been great, and the ale all the sweeter. There's some way for me to repay your... but of course, I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own? But one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds. And with that I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of a realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that elegant fellow for his generosity. Challenge log obtained. Didn't have that now? That's pretty cool, actually. You have a weekly set of duties you can do to gain extra gold and experience. On the side, mostly. Okay, what else? At the Aetheryte Plaza. There's a troubled adventurer. Now a troubled adventurer sits in every town, but I use this one. So what's will be the same regardless of whom you help? Bloody hell, I ain't got time for this. Friend, you look like the helpful sort. Mind handling as a meddlesome task for a man in need? My retainer, he reckoned he had what it took to go on a venture in a skull valley with not more than what I gave him. But now the little bugger's up and vanished, probably got eaten by a dodo or some such. Anyway, if you happen to come across his remains in Western Lanosia, I'd like you to inform the local watch so they can set about notifying his kin. And there is the novice retainer. I don't know what you think you saw, but I assure you that I had everything under control. Really? What? That oaf presumed me to be dead? Who does he think I am? Some wet behind the ears weakling? He could have at least shown some remorse for furnishing me with such poor equipment. Well, speak of a Sagen. Moment. It's about bloody time. Do I sound dead to you? Fine, but you're buying the first round. Eliminate, have mercy. I'm not getting paid nearly enough for this work. I hope you treat your retainers with more respect, madam. Anyway, courtesy dictates that I thank you for your intervention. To that end, I ask that you seek out Flip in East Hawker's Alley. Tell her what you did, and I'm sure she will want you handsomely. Farewell. And East Hawker's Alley. Up. This will retainer Vocate. Greetings, miss. How may I assist you? It sounds to me like you came along just in time. The last thing we need is another retainer dying during a venture. I gather from your expression you're not familiar with ventures? Quite understandable. Allow me to explain. In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we have established a new system for which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should you wish to avail yourself of this additional service, you will need to pay your retainer in advance with ventures. I speak of these, special script issued by the Adventurers Guild. Accept them with my compliments. Let me assure you that it isn't a complex process. Any retainer can walk you through it. When next you speak with yours, why not raise your subject? You may now dispatch retainers in your employ on ventures. Summon retainer you wish to send afield and follow the instructions to begin. Now, there's the summoning bell. You can now send them. Before you do so, however, you must first assign them a class. After summoning retainer, select assign class. Assign retainer class. This one can be any one class, with the exception of those of the disciples of the hand, so no crafters. You can gatherers or any combat shop is fine. You cannot assign a class you have not yet unlocked. Yeah, I can take Gladiator, Arcanist because I leveled that a bit. And Miner, and start with Gladiator. As a disciple of war and magic, your retainer will be able to undertake hunting and field exploration ventures. Sure. You must now equip a main arm to your retainer. don't think I have one. No. So, basically you can retain an hour as a class and you can send them on, well, expeditions, which brings you back items for these ventures. Ventures you usually get to do through quests, most notably labor quests. Yeah, and the retainer can never have a higher level than you in that job. That's probably also important to know. Hello, ghost. Anyway, that is that to what woman. What else? Oh yeah. Since we're here. Good for what ails you. This gives you an emote. A dance. Oh my, oh dear. My cask of ale is gone and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the maelstrom or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my clients would likely frown to involve anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Will you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have a client's name? Ah, none of that. Discretion creates opportunity. Now, do go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. Bloody executioners. Have you seen a cask of ale went missing? After a cask? Well, I can't rightly say if it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked if I had smoked Mackies that would go down nice with ale. Then the only thing I know neither. The louse were black and you know what that means. Bloody executioners. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during afternoon offloading. Fellow didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right over to Basilia. Huh? Looking for Dodozan's cask of ale? I'll help you. Dodozan ain't a bad sort for thriving trader. There was a toper coming asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. Okay. So this way Acilia? Aesteticia? Alright, what are you looking at? This is a dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. You may be able to scamper up the rigging to the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for a siren's teeth, you great clodhopper. Beg pardon, Captain, but there ain't no Mikota alive heavier on her feet than a great gelooting rogadent such as yourself. Well said, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody sunseeker. Or was you a moonkeeper? Whatever lens they got there. Who even cares, am I right? Who are you anyway? There's a whole passel for you for, but now there's only one. That's a miser trick, is it? Nothing worse than a miser? Miss Horson, what a magic admiral. What was his name? He didn't like no drinking, no dancing. Bad for Coles? Coles? Can't be right. of course, you're right there, lassie. Should never doubt myself. Anyway, Bish Madrigal, I call him Madrigal Pinchwist, passed decrees like they were farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no Madrigal smarter than a sailing man. We just stopped reaching with our hands together. We invented step dancing. That showed Madrigal Pinchwist and his corals. Aye, that's right, lassie. Gets me all fired up too. Makes you think like, oh, I know. You want to dance all this time. Just thought you was being challenged, but... No. I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. Why? You KGC fox. Dance like sailing fuck you do. Could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind, you practiced sister now. You ask me anything. A cast of Dodderson's ale? Carried it off from Fisherman's Bottom my very self, I did. Heads to a matter of fact, we already drank all we had aboard. Cause Dodderson's getting paid for it. Someday. Makes me a difference if she frets a night or two. Why, you reprobate whoreson. That's the tale of a cask you lacked in? Blackguard, you dare call yourself a bloody executioner, all hagamauga about what belongs to you? Don't design us a cot not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain, wasn't thinking it through. Got to fix that, I do. It's what they call a coral failing. Adventurer, I beg your pardon for my man. I swear Limlane mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodderson? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. You danced with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in here. That's some long keel and we are straight... Aestetician, if you take the meaning. That one's getting punished. There you are, not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? I find your payment. Huh? Well, that's the price I was to receive, but where did you get it? Oh, from the bloody... from the clients themselves, I see. Yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't gone to swallows or stars yet, I wager. Cots, you say? Captain Monsket is kind to say so. I'm sure, but I hail from Ulda. We trade with anyone if I've got the guild to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, we'll be wanting another cast soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. You've learned the Emote step dance. One we just did on the ship. Okay. Then